The Georgia Bulldogs, the current college football national champions, have announced that they will not be visiting the White House in Washington, D.C., despite receiving an invitation from President Joe Biden. The Bulldogs' decision was based on the date suggested for the visit, which was officially June 12th. According to the university's athletic department, this date posed challenges as it coincided with a period when classes were not in session and the football team was not actively practicing. In a statement, Georgia Athletics expressed gratitude for the invitation. They conveyed openness to future opportunities for Georgia teams to engage with the White House. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart talked about it before a Pro-Am event for the Champions Tour on Wednesday this week. He said, "It's a tough deal. Timeline-wise, it didn't work. Traditionally, I went 3 times when I was at Alabama, and it was right after the game. That didn't happen. We didn't have a date set, and we've got 700 kids at a football camp at our place June 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's the number one time for recruiting for football coaches." Now, for those that don't remember, Nick Saban turned down a chance to meet with President George Bush back when he was with the Dolphins. This was 2004, whatever it was, or 05, something like that. Now, that wasn't a team thing. He probably could have changed up his plans to make a trip to the White House. But some of these coaches, man, they are wired differently. Like if it interferes with the recruiting or with workouts or anything like that, it just ain't going to happen. So as Smart continued, he said, "You got 600 to 700 kids coming to your campus. You can't leave to go to the White House and have no one on your campus." So the time just didn't work out. There was nothing political about it. I've been before. It's very educational. It's a great experience. Now, it's worth noting that the, ongoing or recently ended COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the traditional practice of national championship teams visiting the White House. The last college football team to visit was the LSU Tigers, and they won the championship in 2019, met with then President Donald Trump in January 2020 before all this COVID mess. Since then, neither the 2020 champion Alabama nor the Georgia Bulldogs, winners of the last 2, have made a White House visit. And related news, it has been reported Washington, D.C. will host a College Athlete Day on June 12th. The event is expected to include multiple championship-winning teams. While the Bulldogs declined the invitation, others such as UConn and LSU's, UConn's men and LSU women's basketball teams, they have accepted invitations. They will visit the White House in late May. Further details about the event are anticipated to be released by the White House soon. Interestingly, the Iowa women's basketball team, they made the national championship game against LSU. They lost that game. They declined an invitation. They expressed their preference for the tradition of only the championship team visiting the White House. And that decision seems to, reflect a realization that the significance of the visit has diminished a little bit due to the introduction of College Athlete Day, which will involve shuffling participants through various events without a specific focus on the champions themselves. The once special experience now kind of lacks the exclusivity it once held. Seth Emerson, who covers Georgia for The Athletic, he reported that the White House had tried to work with Georgia on a date for a while, and Georgia couldn't make anything work. So, obviously, some people in the social media world believe that this thing could be political, even though Smart said it wasn't. But let's be honest here. If this did not happen right after the championship game in January, when it typically does, it is tough to get the entire team together to go and make this visit. The NFL Combine's in late February. The NFL Draft is in late April. Georgia had 10 guys drafted, had several guys that graduated and that are, now undrafted free agents on teams, etc. You had staff members take new jobs. Like, the logistics don't work if you don't do it right after the season when you've still got the guys around. But either way, it's something to monitor. We'll see if the college football national champions ever make it a regular thing again, especially now that the CFP is moving further into January. I'm curious what this is going to look like going forward. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter @GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.